Jamal, Menifee is probably about as far as one can get from Berkeley and still be in the state of California. But did you have any parents or relatives that were part of that big block of Red fans in the?
Oh yeah, no question. I mean, growing up in Menifee, I had my best friend actually who played high school with Darius Allenworth was a corner for Cal. So we went to the same high school, grew up together, and so it's like usually a big game when we play each other because like the whole city, our head coach was there, everybody else goes up there just to support us. So it's pretty big for Menifee at least.
What kind of gear was your high school coach wearing at the game?
Oh, he was just wearing just a normal polo, and that's about it. He didn't have no colors on.
Yeah. Well, can you explain what percentage of the time when you guys run a handoff play, how often is that because Luke called it as opposed to coach?
I mean, coach is gonna give Luke the play, and I don't know how he calls it or whatever, but half the time it's mostly Luke probably calling a run check, but I'm pretty sure Leach sometimes gives him a run first call check. And so, we just go from there, and, Luke does a great job of getting us into the right plays and such and such.
Do you get the sense in practice when you're just out there catching balls from Luke that he really does like to check down to the running backs, that he looks at you guys pretty frequently?
Oh, yeah, Luke, Luke wants to get the ball to everybody. He wants everybody to be satisfied and, help this team be productive. And so he's going to do whatever it takes to win. So if we have to run the ball this week, Luke he's fine with, giving us the rock and letting us do our thing. And, if we have to pass, he'll give it to the receivers. But he does a great job of, getting everybody involved and making everybody satisfied.
Just watching the Cal game, it was sort of striking after watching them practice, hit the running back, how he wasn't doing that so much. Was Cal doing anything that sort of took that kind of check down out?
No, not really. I mean, Luke, he sees what he sees. And so he sees somebody open, he's going to throw it to him. And, it just happened that Cal was giving them the best look. He was giving the best look for the receivers. So he sees what he sees, and we support him 100% of the way.
I think all three of you guys spent the offseason kind of making a point of emphasis to improving pass blocking and being able to pick up a blitz. 4 games into the season, how are you guys grading out on film?
We're doing pretty well. We're staying on top of all our assignments. We're not letting any. We're trying not to let Luke get sacked. As much as we are on our part at least. We try not to let that happen. But I mean, we've been doing pretty good. Better than last year, I would say.
Was there anything that happened against Cal in particular that kind of broke down the pass protection?
Just we had one bad read, but besides that, it was fairly well.
Well, what were your thoughts just on the game coming out the Cal game here? And looking at film or anything stand out when you think back on that game?
We left a lot of plays on the field, that we make. The game's not even close. We put them away, but we just got to move on from that and make the plays. When they come to us and focus on us prepare for Oregon.
Does that make you more motivated or more frustrated when you look back on it? Or how do you react when if this game, like you said, that you could have won?
I mean, it's frustrating, of course we could have won the game, but at the end of the day, we got to move on, focus on Oregon and prepare for them and, hopefully come up with a W.
What were some of the big positives you took away? I know after the game, both Leach and Falk, even dealing with the loss, said that there was still progress made, there were still encouraging things.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, like I said, there was plays to be made on the field. We make them. It's a different ball game, and so we just got to make them. That's really all it comes down to.
Do you speak to how, I guess, more involved the running backs have been this year, not just in the passing game because they're always involved, but also rushing between you, Gerard, and Keith? What's that tandem been like in practice and also being utilized in the game?
Oh, it's been great. Helps us. We all stay fresh. So when we get the ball, we're healthy, we're ready to go, and really we just want to be explosive. And I feel like we've done that so far. We could be a little bit more, but it's great.
How impressive is Keith for you, just coming in his first year?
Oh, that's big. He's an explosive guy. So we want to get the ball in his hands and get him in space, and he takes advantage of it. He's been big for us, and he'll continue to be big for us the rest of the season.
What do you know about Oregon, if anything, at this point? If you've seen any film?
Yeah, they were national champs runner-up last year. I won the Pac-12 last year, of course. So, I mean, you know, they're a great team. You know, besides that they had a choke up, but you can't discount the fact that, you know, what they did last year. You know, they still have the same pieces, even more pieces this year. So, you know, I'm about to watch film on them right after this. So, they're still a good team.
What do you remember from last year's game? I remember that you guys were pretty much in that the whole way here at home.
I mean, last year we gotta get touchdowns against them. You know they're an explosive team, and you know we can't have turnovers. You know, last year I had a fumble that kind of cost us. So, you know, we gotta protect the ball and go down the field and score touchdowns instead of kicking field goals.
Do you anticipate? I guess scratch that. When you have an offense going up against another strong offensive team, do you feel like you need to play this back and forth? We need to put up points. We need to score in all these drives.
That's our mindset going into every game. You know, we want to score on every single time. Every single time offense gets the ball, we want to score. And so, you know, our emphasis doesn't change just because we're playing Oregon this week. You know, we want to score every time we get the ball, and that's just our mindset as offense.
They're definitely not regarded as highly as they have been the last few years. Do you feel like they're a little bit more vulnerable this year than they have been in years past?
No. I mean, you know, they're still a great team, and I mean, we know we're gonna prepare for them like they're a normal team, and you know, go compete.
Jamal, what's it been like for the offense? You guys standing in the sideline all in a group to kind of watch the defense kind of emerge over the last 6 quarters or so? Is a unit that can really get you a stop when you need it, maybe following a turnover or something like that?
That was big, you know. When defense go on the field, we're confident, like, okay, they're gonna stop the opposing team's offense, and we're gonna get the ball back and score. You know, that's big to have that trust in the defense, knowing that they're not gonna let a lot of points on the board, and you know they're gonna get turnovers to get us the ball back, and it's our job as an offense to capitalize on those. So when the defense gets a turnover, we got to go and score on that, you know. And, you know, that's another thing we didn't do against Cal. You know, we had 2 turnovers, and as an offense, we didn't get no points off of that, and that kind of hurt us too. So we capitalized on their turnovers, we'll be fine.
Last year there were times when it seemed like if the offense turned the ball over, say Arizona State, it probably meant points for the other team's offense. Has it been sort of a process for them to earn that trust from you?
I mean, we always want to have trust in our defense, you know, because we're a team. We're worried about us. And, you know, every time the defense goes out there, you know, we expect them, you know, they're going to stop them. And, you know, it's just a mindset as a team. You know, we just can't, you know, if we turn the ball over, we got to have trust in the defense that they won't stop and get the ball back for us. And that's what we're worried about.
Any questions on the line for Jamal Morrow?
Jamal, is there anything specific that you can take from the way you guys played Oregon last year? It was a very close game, and you had your chances to win. Anything that you can take into this game, or are they such a different team that it doesn't translate?
I mean, honestly, we just gotta take advantage when we have the ball. You know, we just can't. Like I said, we have to go finish drives with touchdowns, not field goals, and you know, take advantage when we have it more up and we can put a team away. We gotta take advantage of that.
Thank you.
Any other questions on the line for Jamal? Okay, back in the row.
Jamal, going back to Allensworth for a second, what's that like having such a close friend on an opposing school in the same conference?
I mean, it's exciting. You know, we always talk trash back and forth. You know, every time I see him in the off season, you know, we still talk about the game. You know, it's exciting. I look forward to this game, to that game.
How far back do you guys go?
Yeah, a long time. It's funny because when I used to live in San Diego, I didn't know him at the time, but we played against we played little league basketball against each other. Then, you know, I moved up to where I live, to Menifee now, and we met each other in church, and it's been, you know, been friends ever since. So like 4th grade, I would say.
And he actually went to your spring game.
Mm-hmm.
Have you kind of milled about their program a bit? Have you hung around in their program a bit?
I mean, I haven't like been to a spring game, but I've been down to Berkeley with him, and I met a couple of guys on their team. So that's about it.
Did coaches have anything to say about an opposing player hanging around?
No, I don't think they even knew he was out here. So yeah, I don't know.
So he didn't hang on the sideline. He was up in the
No, he was up in the stands, yeah, and just, you know, supporting his friend, you know. So.
Yeah.
Jamal, how long have you had amazing talent for lip syncing?
Ever since I was born, come natural to me. But my mama played the old school music all the time when I was younger, and that's the song that stuck in my head.
When were you born? Because that came out in '96. Was that just been around your family, or why'd you pick that song?
I mean, Keith Sweat, it's my favorite Pandora station, so it's always playing on my headphones. So, I love Keith Sweat, and it was just a song to go with.
What was the backstory behind it? Did they kind of come to you, or did you kind of say, "Hey, I'm ready to do this"? Or
No, I just went into media, and they just said, pick a song and lip sync to it. And Keith Sweat Twisted came to my head, so I said, that's the song I'm going to go with.
any feedback from your teammates or anything? Or
They said it was good, I guess.
we'll find out, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.